At this time of year, if you're growing cucumbers, you probably have so many you don't even know what to do with all of them. Every time I go to the garden, there's more dying to be picked. They're also very inexpensive at a farmer's market right now because they're so plentiful. So let's discuss what we can do with some cucumbers in your garden or from the farmer's market. This is Dr. Irene's Nutrition Tidbits, and I'm doing the Drowning in Cucumbers episode. I have my camera ready to roll on a cucumber. Many of you have gardens, and one cucumber plant can give you so many cucumbers, all ripe in the same week, that you don't know what to do with them. But right now at the farmers markets, which are relatively safe to shop at, you can get cucumbers at a great price simply because there's so many of them. So I thought I'd share several ideas as to what to do with them. And of course, the first is to just enjoy them plain. Then you want to take the younger cucumber, and in this case, since it just came off my vines, you can see it still has those really sharp little pokers that are coming. So I just want to make sure I wash those off. I don't do any kind of spraying, so there's no worry about any kind of preservatives. In this case, I'm just going to slice them, but a really nice way to slice your cucumbers, if the skin is still tender enough to eat, is to make a stripe so that when you cut them, you have this super fun look, and it's a great crunchy, low-calorie snack anytime you want. The other thing I do, in addition to putting them in every salad that I make, is to slice a lot of them and soak them in a mixture of some vinegar with a little tiny bit of sugar added to it, and a little bit of olive oil to make a nice dressing, with some sweet onions. It's time to slice the onions, and I just hate crying over onions. So I turn my gas stove on. I don't know how it works, but somehow if I slice my onions right beside the gas stove with the burner on and flames coming out, I don't cry. My thinly sliced onions are ready, and I'm going to put them with my cucumbers. And I love a really old-fashioned measuring cup because I want something that's tall and thin so that it's a good chance the dressing is easy to mix in. The dressing is a 3-to-2 relationship of vinegar to oil. Now luckily I happen to have some fancy infused olive oil somebody gave me, and I'm really excited to try it. So if you ever need great gifts for friends, and expensive olive oil supposedly adds tremendous taste. So I added oil, and that was 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons. Now the recipe I'll put up is red wine vinegar, but I happen to only have rice vinegar. And again, this is pandemic cooking. Pandemic cooking, you cook with what you have. It calls for a teaspoon of oregano, and you can salt and pepper it to taste. The dressing's done. I'll mix it up, pour it into the cucumber and onion, and we'll be ready to go. Now, Dr. Irene's Nutrition Tidbits Pandemic Edition is not just a cooking show because I'm not a professional cook. I am what you call a haphazard cook, a survivalist. So these are things you can do to survive during the pandemic. It's in no means to be a replacement. I'm looking for fast, quick, and interesting to use things that I have around the house. So here you go. There's our cucumber salad, and I'll let it marinate in the refrigerator. Even if you're quarantining alone, it's important that you make your meal look nice because we do eat with our eyes. So I wanted to show you in the cucumber salad. In this case, I put it in a bed of a little bit of red cabbage and kale, and for fun, I sprinkled some goat cheese on top. Have a safe day, and I hope next year you'll start a garden if you didn't start one this year. You'll find that it's fun, and you have to find creative ways to use the things when they're ready.